Building a community is a really tricky thing. It's more of an art than a science, and it takes a strong core. Music, for me, has always been a counterbalance. It's never really been like the professional thing I do, so it's always been a hobby. And I guess I just continued. So yeah, music is important, but the web, I think, and what we are working on now is like by far the thing that takes up the most of my time. What happened was I met my co-founder Alex during engineering studies in Berlin back in 2005. We connected on a sort of personal level, on a technology level, on a musical level, and started toying with the idea of doing something in music. And it just kept growing exponentially, like really slowly from the start. Obviously, like in the beginning, we could see, each individual users joining the site and so on. At the moment, I think we have about 70,000 users joining every day. Engineering is, I would say, sort of at the heart of the company. We're a very product and technology-driven company. The real work actually happens just behind the scenes. So like those are sort of the invisible systems that handle everything. So if there are 25 million users on the site, and you have a lot of users like Snoop Dogg and 50 Cent, which have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of followers, and they do a lot of these activities at the same time every day. You can imagine how much data that needs to be shuffled around behind the scenes to make that happen. And that's really hard to picture, and it's hard to imagine, but there is a lot of different sort of subsystems and technologies that are coming to play to make all that stuff happen. The interesting thing about running a startup is a constant string of like super interesting challenges, like oh wow, oh now this happened, oh we have to deal with this problem now. So it's sometimes very unpredictable, and you need to move fast and solve problems. Basically, I run the product organization, but obviously as a co-founder, like I'm part of sort of building our culture in the company a bit. And trying to set some direction in a lot of the things we do. So it can be anything from building an office to, how we see design, how we see engineering, and try to attract interesting people from all over the world. So it's a mixed bag of like challenges for me. Berlin has really shaped the whole company and how we work, how our philosophy, everything. Like we love the city and the people who are here. It's been really, really good for us. I moved in here in 2009, and the guys I bought it from, they were, I think, designer and the fashion photographer. So they designed the apartment together with the architect, and they did a lot of custom stuff. And actually, much of what you see, it's actually their work. So this table I bought from them, the kitchen they had already done. This sort of minimalistic cupboard solution they had built, but it was only partly finished when I moved in, so I had to finish it. And then the rest of the furniture, most of the stuff is mine. Mm-hmm. I'm really happy with this space. I think it's very sort of compact living in a way, but like it's much more spacious than where I lived in Stockholm, for example. So it's very functional for what I need right now. It's great.